Jerry Jones wasn't going to let Nico Harrison stay the worst GM in football. Not for long. Or the worst GM in sports. Sorry, not for long. Micah Parsons has been traded, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Man.
Micah Parsons is going to the Green Bay Packers.
Wow.
Micah Parsons is getting $47 million a year.
Yeah, 35 ain't enough.
I
don't need 40.
He don't need 40. He needs 47. I just kind of want to let people go. I think everybody in the world knows how I feel about this. I think Jerry Jones is the worst general manager maybe in the history of sports. I think there's zero chance. The return, it looks like, is Kenny Clark, a once upon a time great, now probably okay defensive tackle, and who makes over $20 million to be okay as he's in his 30s, and a couple of first-round picks. And my initial thought is that Jerry Jones' ego got in the way again, and they just got rid of one of the best players in sports because –
Guys, can you hear?
Yes, and we're live on the air.
Is
Clarence.
Jeff talking? Because I can't hear it.
Jeff's talking, Clarence. Yes.
You have to unmute yourself, Clarence, on your whatchamacallit.
Just take Clarence off. Just take him off. Just take him off. It ain't gonna work. I'll work my way up to thoughts. I'm not wearing pants. I was napping. Okay. And Jerry Jones traded Micah Parsons for Kenny Clark can still play, but he ain't what he was. So Kenny Clark and a couple of late first-round picks is what you got because you didn't want to pay the going rate for the best players in football. That ain't somebody that wants to try to win. Jerry Jones makes me sick. Go ahead, somebody.
The one thing that I know about man, there's two things that bring men to their knees. It's biblical. It says pride comes before the fall. Women and egos are two of the things for men that crumble their kingdom. We saw this 30 years ago where the ego of Jerry Jones got in the way of him allowing Jimmy Johnson just to go ahead and do what Jimmy does. Hey, Jimmy, you can have the credit for the Herschel Walker trade. Jimmy, you can have the credit for building this Cowboys dynasty and us winning Super Bowls. Cool, you can have the credit. I am still the owner and I'm still the president of this. But no, the ego got in the way and he wanted in. He wanted to have a place where he can say, no, it's not just Jimmy, it's me. Fast forward 30 years, a generational talent. Now, we all know that in that building, there were a lot of people who had mixed emotions about Micah Parsons, not the athlete. They all agreed that he was a great talent, but they did agree that they didn't kind of like how he went about his business on day to day, day in and day out. But Jerry got to a place where the ego became an issue. The ego was a thing that was leading the charge, not sensical brain function and logical brain function, but the ego. It became a pissing contest about what I was and wasn't going to do. And now you just traded away probably one of the greatest talents that you've had in 30-something years in Micah Parsons to a rival that has put belt to tail on you for the last couple of years. And so, this is, am I a little bit shocked? Yes, but nothing shocks me anymore when it comes to the way that the Cowboys and Jerry Jones do business, because they have told us time and time again that running a football franchise is not their number one priority. Marketing a football franchise is.
Boy, they just traded away one of the most marketable guys. Ali, go ahead. Nothing can help me wrap my head around this because he is marketing. Like, all this is Jerry thought he got over on somebody and it failed, and his gigantic ego said, F them all, run him. That's incredible.
I mean, it baffles me too, like what you get in return, like 2 first-round picks that are going to be 2 late first-round picks considering where the Packers are. And like Kenny Clark, okay, defensive tackle. Like, I understand he's had a good career, but he is 30. By the way, he was a 57.1 grade for a run defense. So if that's what your plan was, to improve your run defense by trading Micah Parsons and a guy that isn't really known to be a pass rusher, he had 20 tackles and 1 sack last season. Like, from a production standpoint, you traded a generational pass rusher for what? A guy that is, going on the other side of 30, that's not going to give you, obviously, that same production. Not to forget, too, like, you're not going to find a Micah Parsons with the 27th pick in the draft next year. It's not going to happen. Like, unless there's a Cooper flag of defensive players next year in this draft, it's not going to happen.
I mean, you're not going to find – It could have been 5 first-round picks, and the Cowboys would be getting fleeced. It could have been 5. Like the Green Bay.
Nah, 5. Come on, yeah.
Well, we'll take 5.
Good.
Absolutely.
Let's say you do well with your picks, like top 10 percentile of the expected result of a 26th overall pick. Congrats. You got 2 guys that'll start, and one might make 2 Pro Bowls. And Micah Parsons is going to the Hall of Fame, and he's in the prime of his career. We Luka'd the damn thing and got a worse return.
Yeah.
I didn't think you could be worse than what Nico did.
To add on to that, too, like, this is not fair for Matt Eberflus trying to fix his defense. This is not fair for those guys in the front who really thrive off the attention Micah Parsons brings. It's not fair to Coach Schottenheimer either. Like, there's not a coach who's really under more pressure. Maybe Brian Daboll up in New York, but Brian Schottenheimer already under a ton of pressure, considering this is a guy that we didn't expect to get this job. Now you got to go out there this season without your best player. It's really setting your guys up for, I hate to say it, but it's setting them up for failure. And as you guys mentioned too earlier on the show today, like, you're punting on careers of like Dak Prescott, CD. I don't see he's younger, but you're definitely punting on Dak Prescott's career in this case.
Yeah, I mean, we do a daily show, and I love the NFL draft. So come draft time, I'll be really excited because I love having draft picks. But whatever optimism we conjure is just going to be like, it's blind. It has to just be because I want to believe, because this is my football team.
Right.
You don't trade away cornerstones. And I think what happened is Jerry Jones, now that he is not fighting for his life, which he hasn't been since literally 1993, is like, he didn't like what happened to the market. He doesn't like that he had a player who said, I don't need 40. It's like, well, what about what you said? It's like, yeah, and I said that when I didn't, because life was different back then. And then you let a lot of things happen. You let people make 40 million. We know my market value. You don't like that market value. You don't want to pay it. You wanted to go around and try to do some tricky. And look at the contract that Micah Parsons got. It's 4 years, right?
Yeah.
It's 4 years. So what we have to understand is there's what really happens with markets. You could have played hardball if you wanted to, Jerry. You could have. Like, I now wish you were a total jerk instead of, I'm not going to call names. I wish you were a jerk instead of completely inept at your job and just said, I'll see you when you get to work and I will tag you multiple times. That is infinitely better than just, go. Micah got everything. Short-term extension, gigantic money, another bite at the apple later, because the players who are the best hold that leverage because that is their value. Jerry doesn't want it to be his value.
And let me just say this. I know we're talking about Jerry and the Cowboys. This is why David Malugetta is the most powerful agent in all of football. I don't care what fans say. His job, his number one job, is to get his player the absolute best deal he possibly can, whether that's with the team that they're with or another team. And he held firm, and he even had to work in spite of Micah Parsons, because Micah Parsons got out in front of this and ran his mouth a little bit too much and was in places he shouldn't have been, and Jerry almost roped him into something that he wouldn't have been able to get out of. And David Malugetta, who stayed, and to his credit, he was basically in some ways insulted publicly, made to be a liar publicly by the things that Jerry was saying about him, and I don't know his name and all that other kind of stuff. And he stayed the course. He stayed quiet. He wasn't in the media. He wasn't making it a show about it. And he just went to work, and he goes and he says, add this to my MFN list. I now got the highest paid quarterback, and I have the highest paid non-quarterback on my ledger. David Malugetta is a bad man, and I mean that in a good way, because I want him to negotiate for me. I don't know what I got coming up, contract wise, but I want David Malugetta on my team because he is a shark. Yes, I did already sign.
Yeah, you already signed.
You're right.
You locked in.
Dang.
Don't hold out either. Don't you do no holding crap. You're on the show tomorrow. You're on the show tomorrow.
Yeah, and if David Malugetta can help it, I might not be. No, but man, kudos to David Malugetta, because he did what he was supposed to do, whether you like him or not. Line number one for David Malugetta is to get his client the absolute best deal possible. And $47 million a year, he set the market again.
I'm going to knock through some super chats real quick because I see that we got a bunch of them. Milan Walker's in the super chat. Knew I could count on DLLS for the emergency pod. James is in here. Why not start the day effing it up? Oh, let me see if my buttons work. Let me know if my buttons work on the show. Tell me if you can hear this.
Why not just start the day fucking it up?
Y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got hotkeys, baby. Was it the right one? Was that why not start the day?
Yeah,
effing it up?
that was it.
Let's go. 2 1s and Kenny Clark from CC Blackfire, Jerry Jones from Some Person. Vance is in here for the second straight Thanksgiving. I get to take my mom to see Wicked in the theater. Dial 988 if you need help, y'all, from Element. Now, hey, we mean
Don't
that.
play around with that. We need that. If you need it, dial it.
If you do need that, you dial that. Zach's in here. Just finished watching the Netflix special. How close is this to Herschel Walker? We'll handle that one. And let me see where we at. No, okay, that one's good. I mean, it's not, but you just had to hope. You just had hope. Like the Herschel one was more picks, higher picks.
It's more Hershey Park than Herschel Walker.
Okay. I like that.
If you guys know where Hershey Park is, that's in Pennsylvania. It's like an amusement park. But yeah, it's more Hershey Park than it is Herschel Walker. Wallace, I'll tell you, put on your calendar. Put on your calendar. Circle it up. Week 4.
Sunday Night Football.
Guess who comes to town?
Green Bay.
Green Bay Packers at AT&T Stadium. It's going to be the most watched game in NFL history. It's going to be the most watched game in NFL history. Week 4.
Tyler Guyton going to lock him up. Wallace is in the super chat. I'm so happy about this. I don't think this is a bad move. 1 sack in 4 playoff games. I think Jerry did exactly what he needed to do. I do just want to point out the one thing. Since I learned this stat a week ago, I'm just not going to let it go. Since the day Micah joined your football team, the plays he's on the field. I'm not saying games on and off. Plays. The plays he's on the field, you have the best defense in football. The plays he's been off the field since he's been here, you have the worst defense in football. So you can talk about run defense. You can talk about he wears down. All of those are included in what I just gave you. When he's on the field, number 1. When he's off the field, dead last. If you think that's easily replaceable, or if you think that he's not that important, I hope they draft the hell out of 2 dudes, and I hope Kenny Clark has a revelation like we've never seen of a guy going over the age of 30 and suddenly refinding what he had at 26. I hope. But I think Jerry is so bad at this. Hey, Clarence.
What's up, man? You know, to me, it's all about building a team to win now, right? This is all about winning now. This is not about the future. It's about you got Dak, you got CD. How does this help the Cowboys win now? You know, how are you? What are you're not helping the Cowboys win now, and I guess everybody got that pound of flesh because most of the fans were mad at Micah, the games he was playing, and getting him off the team, and tired of his antics. And it's just interesting that we come off this Netflix special and this 92 Netflix special and the 90s Cowboys and all their antics, and this is child's play. Micah's antics are child's play. We want him off this team because of the podcast, because he sits on a cooler, and because he lies down. I mean, it's ridiculous. He's a great football player. And we put up a lot of stuff with Michael in the 90s because he was a great football player, but he also had great players around him. I know people, he only had 1 sack in the playoff game. Look at the guys around him. You want to put people around Micah Parsons, not get rid of Micah Parsons. And again, the key is Jerry offered him a 5-year deal. That's 6 years of control because it's on top of this year.
And he got a 4-year deal instead, which is a better deal for him and David. They get back to free agency sooner.
Dak signed 2 4-year deals. CD got a 4-year. I mean, why are you offering Mike a 5-year deal, acting like you did him a favor? It's not the Tyron Smith deal, but it's not the deal that everybody's getting. Everybody around the league are getting 3- and 4-year deals. You offer him a 5-year deal. Don't act like you gave him a great deal when you basically were going to control him for the next 6 years, and you still had the franchise tag to put on top of that if you wanted to use it.
Yeah. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah. So I don't know I don't know how anybody in Cowboy land can be happy. I don't know how anybody in Dallas can be happy. You lose Luka Doncic, you lose Micah Parsons in the same calendar year.
Yeah, let's trade CD. Cut Dak. I mean, we're rebuilding, baby.
Let's go, Arch.
Yeah, Arch Manning, baby. Let's go. There's no way to make sense of trading a all-pro defensive player of the year candidate every single year in the prime of his career other than whoops, or like I'm looking for the rational explanation that isn't I got pissed. I can't find two late first-round picks and a used to be real good D tackle.
I think what pushed him over the edge was Micah going to get that second opinion. Micah upped the ante. When they said you're clear, that pushed him over the edge. Yeah. That pushed Jerry over the edge. He gave no assurances because, people have been interested. The Cowboys were like, I'm not talking to him. Clearly, at some point, they gave him permission. They had to give.
Teams were interested.
What?
31 teams are interested.
Yeah. So, but they had to give Mulligata permission to talk and negotiate a contract. This didn't happen over the last 2 hours.
Yeah, well, I want to tell Jesse I'm disappointed in him today because I know you might have, and you didn't realize what you knew that you should have knew because you knew and didn't know that you knew, and you knew.
Yeah.
It's funny. Yeah. When I talked to Jerry after game Friday, he said, I'll talk to you when this deal is done. And I was like, what deal is done? What are you talking about?
Yeah, this one. Well, we'll keep cruising. We got to sneak in a couple of things. And then we're going to keep cruising right here on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. And the couple of things I want to tell you about, one is the Game Time app. And I got good news for if you're a Cowboy fan. Go ahead and wait a second. Let all this register. Let everybody hear this news. Then open the Game Time app and get the tickets to the football games for a little cheaper because you just lost your best player.
You're going to need that $20. You're going to need that $20 off for week 4.
You get $20 off with the Game Time app on your first purchase using the code DLLS, okay? And now you just go, you check that. I'd wait a second because I think you're about to save about 30% plus that $20. Now that Mike can go. Now Jerry's going to take the season tickets up a little bit because it doesn't matter because y'all are psychos and you corporate people are still going to get every single season ticket because you like to go there with your corporate friends and be like, we're at the Cowboy game. Well, when I tell you, I'm hot at Jerry Jones right now, but get the Game Time app because that way you can go to games. Go to games of teams that try to win. The Stars try to win. That's nice. Mavs, not really. Cowboys, no. Rangers kind of try to win, just not great luck. But save money on those things with the Game Time app. Use the code DLLS, okay? Sure, would appreciate it. The other thing I want to tell you about is our friends at Shady Rays, where you also need the code DLLS, and that'll save you 35% off DLLS 35. That'll save you 35% off a pair of polarized sunglasses, okay? You need that. Need some sunglasses so you can do what I'm going to do. I'm going to put on my Shady Rays because I'm going to go sit in the backyard. I'm going to stare directly into the sun for a couple hours. So it's probably wiser to wear sunglasses. And they got the polarized ones. And if you break them or lose them or whatever, they're going to take care of you. They're not, no shame or nothing. They're just going to get you another pair. That's what they're going to do for you. That's our friends at Shady Rays. Use the code DLLS35 and you'll be all squared away. I want the people to sound off because I know there are a lot of people out there who think that I'm an idiot and I'm dead balls wrong and for somehow like Jerry's doing the best things and Micah and his agent are evil and bad and we're better off that they're gone. And so I want you guys to have a voice because I don't want to be tearing up Jerry all the time. I want to love Jerry. I want to. His ineptitude makes it impossible, but I want to. Nice glasses, Jesse.
Thank you.
The Flow Man's in the Super Chat. Green Bay's going to win the Super Bowl, and the Cowboys aren't even going to get in the playoffs the next 2 years. No matter how bad this ends, Jerry will never be held accountable for his terrible work. No, he won't. He owns the team. He's told you this. There is no accountability. Dale Hansen asked him to his face, who would ever hire you to be a GM? And the answer was nobody. And then Jerry Jones got real mad at him for asking him a question because the truth hurts. Wallace in the Super Chat, I disagree with Ego. He used logic. 28th in defense last year with Mike on your team. You need more help than just Micah. Number 1 on the plays he plays. Number 32 on the plays that he doesn't. I'm sure Kenny Clark will fix it, though. Sebastian's in the Super Chat. Team Tank, we up. LFG. 2 firsts. There's I am Debaste. 2 firsts and an OK DT. JJ is senile. This is absolutely insane. Cowboys will never win another championship. Red Zone Blitz, I feel nothing. Jerry had to trade him to the one team that made him weep after kicking his ass in his old age. Never changed, Jerry. Never changed. Yeah, Jerry said straight up, this is the worst loss I've ever been a part of, and then traded his best player to them. Somebody else make words. I can't do it. I can't. Like, what is your plan? I want the blueprint on how this helps your team. Well, I didn't have to pay somebody. You know what Jerry Jones is going to do with the money he saved? I'll give you a crash course because we've been here about 5 different times. when you aren't paying other people and you have a ton of cap space, you know how he's going to fill that? I'll tell you how the Eagles would fill that. They would sign a $13 million per year running back. In the first 4 years of it, it would count for $4 million a year because that's how they invest it. They write the cash check to get a big-time player who doesn't count much against the cap earlier. You know what Jerry will do? Sign Eric Kendricks 5 times and tell you that's what we saved our money for. Here we come, Super Bowl.
Well, hopefully go get Tyler Smith done. Go get Tyler Smith done.
For what? He's going to set the market. We don't do that. We don't want to do that. We're tired of getting beat up.
Anything's possible.
But you look at the reaction from the teammates and Overshown and certainly Trayvon, and I just, they're devastated.
What is Trayvon going to do now?
Okay, you've been funny. Come on.
Trayvon Negan's start hurting again.
You've been funny.
How will he live? How will he breathe?
I said Overshown first, though. I said Overshown first.
I don't care who you said first. What Diggs gonna do? His bestie's gone. Who's gonna walk?
We know he's probably gonna be
gone. We know he's
probably out the door next. We know he's probably out the door after the season. But again, coming into this season, this is a blow to their chance. I mean, Dak, CD, they never saw this happen. They thought they were gonna have Micah. Dak said that it's the latest. Whenever. My days and next days are mixed up, but was that Monday, Tuesday when we talked to him? He did. Well, this is going to get done. He had no doubt in his mind that Micah was going to be on this team.
Maybe Jerry honestly just got exhausted of everyone feeling that way about him because he sees that as a reflection of he's losing negotiations. That in this moment where he's like, we can absolutely trade him. All the players like, no, we've been here before. We know.
He saw you bending over and tooting up. He saw you bending over and tooting up. He went, I'm going to show Jeff. I'm not going to bend over and toot up.
I buy that. I buy that. I buy that this front office reached a point where they're tired of hearing about how they lose negotiations.
But also, I think two things can absolutely be true. Is Micah Parsons an absolute generational talent? Yes, and yes. But we all have been around here long enough. There has been chatter and chirping from that front office, from people in that building who have talked about repeatedly that they were not happy with the way that Micah always went about his business. And Clarence, you reported on that. We've talked about that. I've said it on my podcast. It's not a secret. Now, do you get rid of a guy because of that? I would say no, not that level of talent. But I'm not pulling the strings here. This is something that when you get to this point, and I do believe that Jerry made the wrong decision, but there was enough people in that building who may or may have not had the ear and the attention of Jerry when it came down to this, that may have been feeding him information to say, this might be a guy who, if you pay him this money, he might give you his butt to kiss.
Yeah, but see, Jesse, I just push back on that. It sounds great hindsight, but if you're gonna do this, do it during the draft when you can maximize your value. He had already offered him a deal to come back. Jerry wanted him on the team. Okay.
Yeah, Jerry also offered Mike McCarthy a deal. Like, he'll offer you a deal.
It's not the same comparison. I'm sorry.
It's not different though. Jesse, that is different though.
It's not even close to the same.
He'll offer you a deal that he feels comfortable with.
Okay.
It's absolutely the same. It's like, I'll tolerate you for another year or two or whatever if I get it at my price. But at your price, I won't tolerate.
Okay, but my point is, again, if you're going to do this, you're going to be smart and do this, as you're saying, this is the wrong time to do it. This is the wrong time to do it. If you're saying they told him this, they've been telling him this. And I can tell you that people in the 90s said that Michael Irvin's a problem. I don't like the stuff he does. Okay. That Leon Lett's a problem. That Charles Haley's a problem. Okay. Yes, they're going to be people that are going to not like how you comport yourself. But when you're a great player, they put up with it. Again, the biggest problem with this team is they don't have enough great players. So all those chirping don't mean nothing if you're not winning. It just help you win.
Listen, brother, I'm not arguing that fact. I'm saying that could it have been done in around the draft? Sure, maybe Jerry didn't feel like that. Maybe he felt like, I talked to him back in December and January, and I got him locked in on a deal that I really like. So I'll tolerate that for enough, and then it changed. So as I'm saying, it changed. It wasn't like that. This was always a happily happy ever after situation. It had moments of volatility in that building from a lot of different people.
You got to take the keys from Grandpa. Ali, where you at?
You know, I was in the middle of the Wings podcast when this happened, so I just walked right out the door like Clarence did the other day. So,
what's next? Paige Beckers is going. We're getting rid of Paige Beckers too.
Yeah, probably.
You ask yourself who's next, but like at the same time too, like keep in mind, like going even far before this all ever happened and this whole Micah thing, like these coaches and everything were game planning week one. Like, all right, we got Philly, then we got the Giants, we got that tough stretch coming up later in the year as well. And now, like, how do you plan around this? Like, how are you supposed to go out there and compete knowing number 11's on it? Like, especially this happened before the season. Like, Chill, as you mentioned, like it makes sense that this happens before the draft because you get the value in return. You can use that value right away. But now you're at a point where like you're kind of stuck in a situation where you make the deal. Okay, you get something in return, but that kind of shuts down this season. Like we're talking about a player that, and very few guys can really impact, as you mentioned, Jeff, like 32 without first with him. You don't have that anymore. So like as a coaching staff now, how do you go at it?
Okay. Are you guys ready? I woosawed it. So here's the thing. You've been practicing with Adam. If I'm being honest, I believe the position that Micah plays is the one on this roster, or one of the ones on this roster, that they are actually okay at. Now, to the point of you win with star players, there will never be an explanation for trading a Hall of Famer at the age of 26. That's insane. But if we want to draw up, like, how are you going to prepare? The answer is at least they're 6 deep with edge guys that are actual NFL players. The ghost of Kenny Clark will be your second best defensive tackle. That's useful. So if we're trying to draw the positive picture, which I can appreciate, sometimes my brain just won't let me when I'm really upset with somebody who's a terrible decision maker that's ruined a football team for 3 decades. But you need Ezeraku to be good as a rookie. You've got a handful of other guys that are at least NFL players. You don't have the game changer. You're strengthening the interior a little bit. I don't think the defense is going to be good. I think Eberflus is screwed. I think this is an unfair deal for Shoddy to be going in and having to do this. I think more than ever, this team is going to be Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and George Pickens. How many can y'all score? How many can you? And then we're going to hope that they draft their ass off.
Let's talk about the pass rushers. I mean, going forward, you got Kenny Clark to help the defensive line. But let's talk about the pass rushers. Now we understand why they loaded up on all these damn pass rushers, I guess.
Well, and I don't think it's not a good group, but it's better than some spots on their team. Like Dante Fowler, that's a reasonable NFL pass rusher. Marshawn Nealand, that's a reasonable NFL player. Ezeraku, you hope, has a good rookie season. And I think he can be a nice, at least just pass rusher. Sam Williams, James Houston. And as I'm going through the names, once you take the name Micah from it, God, it's no longer a good group. It sounds like a good group when Micah's at the top of it. It does not.
The grade sits high because of what Micah was. It was sitting around a positive grade because it was all hinging around Micah Parsons being on the field, giving everyone else one-on-one opportunities and those type of plays, game in and game out.
I mean, there's no difference makers. Again, you got to win with difference makers, game changers. Who are the game changers on defense? Who are the difference makers? Who are the game wreckers? Overshawn is not out there.
No, you don't have any.
Won't be that in early part of the season. Who are the game changers, game wreckers, difference makers out there when Parsons gone? They have a nice group of pass rushers with potential, and we love James Houston and those guys that can do. But who are the game changers? That's how you win football. If we learn anything from the 90s, they had a gang of them. It wasn't just the triplets. It was the offensive line. It was the number one defensive league that no one even wants to talk about. And all the first-round picks and all the high draft picks and the difference makers. There are no game changers on this defense.
Let me rattle through some of the super chats. We appreciate you guys watching. I'm sorry I don't like Jerry Jones so much right now. Let me see here. We already did that one. Elliot, what's the point of keeping Dak and Lamb now? F it, blow it up. Not that there's any faith in Jerry handling a rebuild. And you know what? I would actually respect that. I honestly would. if what they said at a press conference together, I'd rather hear like Will McClay or somebody competent say it, where it's like, look, we're not good enough. It's still the Kenny Clark part makes no sense because that's like a guy who's holding on to the end of trying to be good. So that's like a win now. The only way you do this with Micah is a blow up, and this is not a blow up, and it's late first round pick, so I can't even get to it. But I would respect the idea of we're not good enough and we're not close. And we just felt like we got to do something. And man, we really need this to be a Herschel thing, even though it's less picks and worse picks. I want to find a sensible way to spin this in any sort of positive. And every time I start trying to find that path, it just doesn't work. But I'd respect it if they were just like, we weren't good enough. Hell, come out and say, we weren't good enough. We don't like him as a leader. Tee off. Like, we don't like him as a leader. We don't think that needs to be the guy who's the face and leader of our defense. Like, anything other than pretending that what you did is somehow competent. Just say, we aren't good enough, and he couldn't save us, and we didn't want him to be the leader of our next group of guys. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to find a way, any words they could say that would make me go, oh, okay. Because I don't got him. Lord, if I hear one more person call him generational, Lawrence Taylor's generational. This is Wallace in the super chat. Tell me how you generational and can't stop the damn run, a liability against. Well, I mean, I would think you said Lawrence Taylor. It's him, Reggie White, and Micah, right? The only three guys to have however many sacks the first 3 seasons.
Only him and Reggie White.
Only him and Reggie White. So yeah,
and let's be real. Since you brought up Reggie White, if he goes to Green Bay and they win a Super Bowl, that's what Reggie White did.
And it absolutely could happen. Oh, Captain Thunder's here. That's what I'm talking about. It's time for him to shine. Great job, Mr. Jones. You finally stood up against greed. What a trade. Kenny Clark, bam. See you later, me first, Micah. Great trade. True fans get it.
Great.
And there's a big group of y'all that support that Captain Thunder nonsense.
Stood up against talent, and now that talent's out the door, and now that talent can terrorize you for years to come.
He stood up against Hall of Famers. Trevon, my 12-year-old son, just walked in the house in tears because of this. I'm done with this front office. And that sucks. Like, I think about it through the eyes of a kind of bitter 41-year-old who's been following the Cowboys too long and already has a very negative opinion of Jerry Jones, the football decision maker. And I don't even register. I mean, I don't have kids. But if you're a DFW sports fan, you just lost Luka and Micah.
Right.
For very little.
Right.
In the prime of their careers, guys you're supposed to be able to cheer for from the age of, if you're 8 when it gets started, you're supposed to enjoy these guys for 15 years. And instead here's Kenny Clark and the end of Anthony Davis. Nico and Jerry, I hope y'all have a wonderful steak dinner together.
You think Nico's sitting back like, whew, pressure's off me now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nico was happy.
The 27th
like
Guru.
Jerry, like, hey, brother, I appreciate you, man. This Captain Morgan's for you, brother.
Well, I bet Jerry texted him, and he's like, come on, you knew you wouldn't going to stay on top. I've been doing this for 30 years. Yeah. I'm the best at ruining this stuff.
You knew the town, brother. I've been doing this.
27th Guru.
And Jerry used to always say, don't let your money get mad.
He got to let his money get furious today.
He let his money get mad. He definitely let his money get mad. And I just don't know how this works out for the Cowboys. And again, you cannot ignore, especially with this documentary out, the 30-year drought. You cannot ignore the 30-year drought. And that's the goal. The goal is to try to win. The goal is try to get back to the Super Bowl, take that next step to get back to Super Bowl glory, especially what you're paying Dak and what you're paying C. This is about legacies.
We gotta pop out for a second. We're gonna keep with your super chats and your reactions. Micah Parsons traded to the Green Bay Packers because Jerry Jones is inept at his job and has been for 30 years now. We continue on next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. I want to say about my friends at Prize Picks, prizepicks.com/DLLS. You can download the Prize Picks app, use the code DLLS. And all you do on the Prize Pick app, you make a bunch of picks for stats. You say, I think somebody's going to make more or less than these stats in a game. And what I would do now is I would go to week 4 of the NFL season. And whatever the number is for Micah Parsons sacks, I would pick more than. If it's 5.5, more than. He'll do 6. I'm not in a good place. Price Picks is super fun, though. I love it because you can just take different games that you might not have been as interested in, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, but let me do a little hating on Saquon. Say he's going to have less than 92.5 yards. Let me combine that with this guy. and you can combine up to 6 picks on those picks and get up to 2,000 times your money, depending on what kind of long shots you're going for. So that's our friends at Prize Picks, who we love very much, and we want you to sign up with them and have yourself a time. Use the code DLLS, and that will get you the hookup that you are looking for. Also, want to encourage you to come to Vegas with us. And that is at truefantravel.com. We'll be going out there to watch the Cowboys, maybe lose to the Raiders now. I've been advertising this as it was going to be a party. This may be September, October, November. This may be a draft prep thing where in Vegas we can hang out and talk about what the Cowboys need to do with the 8th overall pick that'll be theirs and the 32nd overall pick that'll be Green Bay's that will come to us for Parsons. And then we can do that in Vegas. We can do Club Pop. We can front twerk in Vegas, scan that QR code, join us on the DLLS road trip to Las Vegas, where we're going to do our pre and post game show out there. We're going to be out there having ourselves a time. And we want you to be a part of it because we want you to be a part of everything that we do. So go download the Prize Picks app, come with us to Vegas. Let's do all the things we got to do, because right now, you know what we got to do right now? We got to be in this together. We got to be in this together. Okay. We got to come to Vegas together. We got to play Prize Picks together. Because the people are not on our side. The powerful people in control of our franchises are not our friends right now. Come with us to Vegas. Play Prize Picks. And let's hug. Okay? It's the DLS Cowboys podcast. I want to welcome in Kevin Gray. We threw Clarence Hill off the show. Kevin Gray you see on the DLS Mavs podcast, but he's a hell of a Cowboy talker as well. What's up, KG? You got anything for Jerry?
Fire yourself. How about that? Fire yourself.
KG, you got Luka and Micah. You've covered. You now have you're now talking about the 2 in 1 year. How does that feel?
If I could adequately describe the anger that is pulsating through my body as we speak right now, it's indescribable what has happened in the last 6 months. Luka Doncic, now Micah Parsons. I'm going to be very brief because I got to go do some other stuff here in a little bit. But January 2025, the Green Bay Packers walk into AT&T Stadium and whoop the Cowboys so badly that it's caused one of the darkest periods in off seasons that we've seen in a long time. What does Jerry do now, almost 9 months later, 8 months later?
Well, it's an extra year, but yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
20 months.
Oh, yeah, 24. I'm losing my mind. That's
Dak
how
got hurt last year.
Yeah. That's how pissed I am. January 2024. You know what I meant, damn it.
Right,
you know what I meant. You know what I meant. He trades this dude to that team. Here's what bothers me more than anything. Trade Micah Parsons, what the hell ever. Dumbest decision you could make. Fine. You trade him to an in-conference rival who you're going to see in 4 weeks, who's going to terrorize you now for the next decade plus because you didn't have the gall and the audacity to put your damn ego aside. I don't care how much Micah Parsons is at fault for talking numbers with Jerry. You know who has the leverage in these contract negotiations? The owner does. Sit down, act like a man, have a conversation with him and his agent, and get this done. I've seen all these posts from Trayvon Diggs, DeMarvion Overshow, Wanye Thomas. These players are angry, they're sad, and they're pissed because they just watched their best player walk out the door because their owner and president got too much in his feelings about a contract negotiation that he felt he had an agreement with the player. And once he decided to get his agent involved, he said, that's not how we do it around here. And now he trades him to the Green Bay Packers. Imagine sacking Brian Schottenheimer with this in his first year. You want to have him change culture, all that culture blank out the window now. It's all out the window now because now you can't even have your best player on your – help me out. Not even your best player on your defense. The best player on this football team has been traded to one of your biggest conference rivals. And now this is where you sit for a defensive tackle that is washed.
Yeah.
Let me be very clear. Washed.
Yeah.
And now this is where you are.
Yeah, it's inept on every level. Thanks, KG. We love you. We're probably gonna bring Chill back in, but we appreciate you swinging through. We also, while we have you guys here, want to encourage you to sign up to be a diehard at alldlls.com. What that gets you is the hookup and the coverage of all of your DFW sports, the best in the world. We have our football special going on. It's $36 for an entire year. That's an annual pass to get you the diehard level content, get you discounts on merch and events that we're throwing. We're a year into this thing now, so we're about to start doing a lot of really fun events. We want you to be a part of it. You get a discount on that if you are signed up to be a diehard. When you sign up to be a diehard, you also get to pick a free t-shirt from our merch shop. And because this is our football club special, we have 3 new football club shirts.
Yeah, you better get that 88 one. Don't get that other one. Get that 88 one. That one gonna be here for a little bit.
Yeah, you can get the 88 one. That one's safe. That one's safe. So just wanted to encourage you guys to be a diehard, okay? You know what? You know what? Okay, so just to reset, if anybody is brand new here, Micah Parsons just got traded for Kenny for a used to be good defensive tackle that makes over $20 million a year. While Jerry's worried about how much people make, I'd much rather pay 47 for a monster than 21 for a used to. And a couple of first-round picks that'll probably be late first-round picks. And by the time we get to the draft, I'll be happy about it. Because I love drafting. I'm going to go find us in the Mecca of Buka. Well, now we can keep George Pickens. We got that money.
I don't
which
know
you could have
now.
done both, but
I don't know. George Pickens.
Anything's possible.
That's David Mulligetta client.
Oh my God, it's David Mulligetta's client.
That's David
Anything's
Mulligetta's
possible.
client. So I don't know how that's going to go when it comes time for that. Maybe Jordan Love finally gets another top flight receiver out there in Green Bay, and he sends George Pickens to Green Bay. But let me ask you this question, Ali and Jeff: with these 2 first-round picks that the Cowboys got, are they done? Are they done? Are they going to try to take those, package it up with something else, and maybe go get another player?
No,
So,
that part's nice. Like in theory, maybe you go get you.
I'm talking
2
about
good
this
players.
year.
I think also it depends too, like considering like how they finish this season with their own pick. Like if this trade absolutely just kills your season and you're picking top 5.
No, I'm talking about this year. Are they going to go and say, all right, we got rid of that, but we're going to go and try to go get, I'm just throwing that out the top of my head. We trade for Dexter Lawrence, or, Jeffrey Simmons out of Tennessee, or we go get, we trade for a running back or another receiver or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they done? Is this trade with Micah going the end of their work, or will they try to make a blockbuster trade to come back to the Cowboys using some of those picks that they got?
I think that I would actually like that. I think what makes it hard is the Cowboys just made a trade anticipating that those picks will be late first rounders, right? When it's the Green Bay, who's already going to be pretty good, and you gave him Micah Parsons, you're assuming it's a late first rounder. And so it's going to be hard. Now, don't get me wrong. The Cowboys got awful value for Micah, but you're not going to get that from someone else when you go try to trade them. What's going to be a late first round pick? You're not going to be able to get them to make the same mistakes that your terrible GM made. But what if Green Bay goes a little off the rails? Something goes wrong. I'm not going to say injuries. I'm just going to say, what if they're not real good? And then maybe you would have an opportunity. But I mean, first round picks play. You want to trade for a real nice player? That might change my perspective on it. If you went and got some things that were proven. I'm a big draft guy, but if you're going to be sitting here at probably towards the end of the peak of Dak Prescott with CeeDee Lamb, with Tyler Smith, and it sucks that I'm going to run out of names that are the best players on your team pretty quick because that's where we are on the roster. But to try to make a run with that, it may be your best bet to flip the picks that you just got to try to be competitive this year. The George Pickens trade makes no sense if you're not going for it this year. And trading Micah Parsons makes no sense if you are going for it this year. That's probably my biggest frustration with the Jerry Jones front office is there is never and has never been a consistent anything. Like, here is what we're doing. Here is our plan. They've had a plan one time in the history of this franchise, and it was in 1989. They went, we suck, trade the one good player, see what happens. That's not what this is. Because you traded for George Pickens, you got Dak, you got CD. This isn't we suck. We've got to rebuild this thing. This is, I am mad at Micah and his agent So get out. I can't. I don't have the capability to make words of how Jerry in his mind makes this make sense as a trade. I just can't do it.
Yeah, but
I can't do it.
we
I don't know.
we talk about, like, you say the word rebuild though. Like, Jerry's not. He doesn't like that word. Like, so if you have someone that refuses to say, like, because Jerry's not trying to rebuild, he wants to win now, but this is not the move you make if you're trying to win now. So, like, how do you put that together then?
You can't. I mean, he doesn't. This is the really hard part.
It's difficult.
He doesn't.
No.
The hardest part of all of this, the owner of your football team absolutely wants to win. He does not want to do what it takes to win. He wants to be, he must be the main character. If you want to win, you have someone who knows what they're actually doing when it comes to building a team, a plan, how to use the salary cap to your advantage. You have somebody that is in that role who has a plan, not, well, I claim that I have a plan because I would have to sign the check anyway, so I get to make the decision. And who makes each individual decision? Well, Dan Quinn made that one. The scout that I talked to last before he made a pick made that one. Well, I used to know Marty Schottenheimer, and he would have done this. There is no actual plan. It's what the egomaniacal man-child is feeling that day after his McDonald's. And it's just, there is not a coherent plan on how we're going to win this. There's not an aggressive mindset on how we're going to handle our roster construction. And we live in a world where now that is a thing for a lot of the teams that are trying to win. And there will always be different teams jumping into that mix as teams jump out of that mix. And what Jerry does is he's created a business that makes so much money after being so desperate to not go bankrupt initially, that this is good. I can keep us relevant. I won Super Bowls. I can keep us relevant. I just can't be bad. I have to keep Dak when he's up, because if I don't have a quarterback, I stop being relevant.
Right.
Oh, that's even worse. Yeah.
Got to be relevant. But if you think there is a burning desire in Jerry Jones to win, I think that might be partially true. But I just can't understand how you have such a lack of order. You're 82 years old. Like, this is almost over, brother. There is not time left for an epiphany of we're going to change how we do things, and to not have any clue what your plan is and to have never had it. I just don't get it. I hope that there's weird stuff coming that I'm not ready for that can make me look at this and be like, okay, at least there was kind of a plan. But if the plan was, I'm mad at Mike and I don't want to pay him $47 million, so I'm going to trade a Hall of Famer in the prime of his career to a contender, that's just dumbassery.
I cannot wait for the press conference on both sides. On both sides. I cannot wait to hear what Jerry has to say, because you have to speak. You cannot make this type of a trade and not have words to say to people. And I can't wait to hear when Micah Parsons gets to Green Bay and he makes his press conference. And I'm laughing at some of the people on the chat, because you got some people saying, if you think Mike is going to last that long in Green Bay, in cold Green Bay. I'm like, he's from Pennsylvania. He went to Penn State. He
knows what that's like.
He's okay with a little bit of cold. Like, I do think Michael wants to win. I've always said that I think Michael wants to win a lot of time at his own, kind of like Jerry. He wants to win, but if it's winning at what he wants to do, then he's all for it. If it's not, then he's kind of not really for it. But, this is, I will be locked and loaded to hear the words that come out of Jerry Jones' mouth when it's his turn to speak. And maybe he says what you say with Jeff, and he just goes, hey, you know what? We're not good enough right now, and I want to become better, or whatever it is. We didn't like him, or whatever it is. I hope it's truthful. I hope he doesn't try to sell me a used car with the comments that he makes. But I am extremely, extremely anticipating hearing the words come out of Jerry Jones' mouth and why they did this trade.
Oh, it's going to be wild. We got to get out of here one more time with I got to tell you guys about being a diehard, then we'll be right back for your super chats, and we're going to finish this up. We got about 10 minutes left to party, and at least to talk about Micah Parsons next in the DLLS Cowboys podcast. And again, we do want you to sign up to be a diehard. It's a great time to do it. Football season is coming. Tomorrow, I'll be in a better place. I'll be ready to talk football. Right now, I'm just mad at the general manager, mad at the owner. for attempting to ruin a franchise that is literally the most popular on planet Earth. And you did create that, so kudos to you, but you also have ruined it for 30 years, and I hate you as a general manager. But it's time to be a diehard because we're going to be here doing the show. We're going to be doing the Cowboys. We got our week 1 against Philly coming up. Hopefully Kenny Clark will be out there making a gigantic difference in winning the football game. That's what I need. I need Kenny Clark to have a bounce back and just be a monster. And we're like, look at that. We did. We switched from having a stud pass rusher to a stud D tackle, and we got 2 first-round picks. Let's go, brother. It's time to be a diehard, be a part of the whole ride with us here on the DLLS crew. Get access to everything that we have on the website, ad-free experience, access to the diehard level content, access to our Discord, where we have a lot of, I may have it open somewhere. Nope, I closed it. But our Discord, where we got people in there, we got a Cowboys channel, Stars, Mavericks, Rangers, movies, TV, books, wrestling. KG was just in here. We got all sorts of different ways to hang out, and it's great. Presser at 6:30, it sounds like. Yeah, we're going to get to hear it here in just a little bit, Jesse. Presser at 6:30. So get ready for that. We'll be reacting to that tomorrow on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. So, yes, it's time to be a diehard. We sure would appreciate it. We love you guys for being here with us. I apologize for my mood. I'm not happy. Anyway, welcome back. It's the DLLS Cowboys podcast. 27 gurus in the super chat. Let's see if they use the picks to move up and grab impactful players at the top of the draft to keep accumulating picks. Hate the move, but time to use the ingredients available to make the best stew possible. And I will get there. There's going to come a day where I'll be like, all right, what are we going to do? How are we going to win? What are we going to do? Jason's in the super chat. You said he was a leader. You said he disappeared, which he did. He is laying on the table. Okay, that's a little Micah hater. I need that. I do want the negative Micah chats, because I know I am just going to go the exact other way, and you deserve to be represented. There's a lot of people that think, you know what, disappears late in seasons, bad against the run, didn't show up in playoff games, whatever, not worth it. And I want that represented on our show, even if I would rather just say Jerry Jones is terrible.
I don't think anybody on this show called him a leader, though.
No, we've never called him a leader. I don't know. Micah Parsons is not a leader. He's just a great football player, and great football players get paid what great football players make. Andrew's in the super chat. Trade Micah now instead of in the spring is malpractice. Jerry sucks. Love y'all, man. Carlos is in the super chat. 2 first-round picks and a D tackle for a player that doesn't perform in the playoffs and is more focused on his podcast. I'm cool with that. There we go. That's what I need. I need more of that. Looks like you get to start draft coverage in September, Jeff. RIP to my Cowboys fandom. Yeah, make sure that you're following along on the DLLS Cowboys YouTube channel and mine for draft content. Ray, isn't Mulligetta Pickens' agent? Yeah, I screwed that up. I thought we could keep George Pickens now, but Jerry's going to have to learn the agent's name. He ain't doing that. He's 82. Can't remember where he put the keys. That's disrespectful, and I apologize. I don't know if what I just said was the hot dog or the bun.
Now this is a hot dog bun. I think it's a hot dog, too.
But it was disrespectful. One of the only upsides is now we can definitely re-sign Pickens if he pans out. I still hope Jerry gets painful boils. Aaron's in the super chat. I'm with Jerry. Ship him the heck out of here. This is a 5-win team this year with Parsons. Why not lose out, get more draft picks, and draft Manning? Arch! You told me from Jason he wasn't a leader and disappears. Jordan, now we could get Arch with trade capital. Clarence, are you ready? It's Arch season.
It's crazy. Man, this is what a day. I'm trying to. My washing machine went out. I'm at the washing up the street at the old-fashioned Washington. I know you say I want to. You go there, Jesse, in New Jersey. Jeff don't know about that.
We lived at the laundromat.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the laundromat. It's crazy. My phone was not charged, and I'm on my hotspot, and too much. I'm trying to text and I'm trying to tweet. People calling, trying to do whatever, and it just keeps crashing on me. But I don't know who's happy right now. Obviously we don't root either way.
Micah.
I don't think Micah's happy.
Micah's not
happy with the money.
He's happy.
Micah's not happy.
I'm getting $47 million a year. He's happy.
Yeah, but he'd rather be here getting it.
Happy.
Welcome to Dallas.
Micah's not happy. I mean, he's satisfied. He's gonna be okay. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be more than fine. Living in Green Bay. You don't want to live in Green Bay. Come on, stop it. He was in Dallas. He ain't trying to live in Green Bay.
$47 million a year. I'll live in your shoe.
Yeah, but then you got a different perspective on this. I mean,
I'll $47 million. I'll live wherever the hell you want me to live for $47 million a year. I can grit my teeth and bear in that one. I can tell you that right now.
Michael's in the Super. Oh, go ahead, Clarence. I'm sorry, you're not done.
I mean, again, this is about legacies. I mean, to me, all these decisions, all these years, every year it goes by, it's about legacies. And for Dak, for CD, will Dak and CD end up like Zach Martin and Tyron Smith, guys?
Yes, you know the answer to that.
Great individual players with nothing, no hardware.
Yes, they will. They will.
I hope Micah. This is petty and dumb, and I'm supposed to just want the Cowboys to win. I hope the Packers win the Super Bowl. I hope Packers win the Super Bowl.
Oh, that podcast is gonna be fire. So
I just want everything to blow up on Jerry. I want that to happen.
Can't wait till Dak gets on Micah's podcast in Green Bay. Everybody was mad about Jordan Love being on his podcast in Dallas. But Dak or CD or D, we know D's gonna be on Micah's podcast up there.
Yeah, he's gonna be a co-host. Mike, that's where Diggs is going when he gets cut. He's gonna go there on the cheap. Mike is gonna support him a little bit on the side. Michael's in the super chat. We need a recount on Jeff's final roster now. He should be automatically DQ'd for cheating off of Bryce.
Did somebody else get cut?
I think that was some Bryce said at running back.
Ryan Flournoy got cut.
Yeah, Flournoy got cut.
What are we doing? Who's playing receiver? Who'd they bring in?
You only need 2.
What? No, that's tomorrow. Trade Corey Seager now. Screw it in the super chat. Joseph is in the super chat. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Jesse. Hey, Clarence. Hey, other guy. That's Ali. Cowboys fan living just outside of Philly. This makes no sense. Any idea what we would have paid Mike over the next 3 years, anticipating paying the franchise tag costs? Yeah, 21 this year or 24 and then 30 or something and then 35 or something. It would have been less, but he was going to make it hard on you. That's what Micah was doing with the back and he was going to make it hard on you and try to force you to either get the money or don't get the money. General Jarrett's in the super chat with a few things, including one about taking the Jones family somewhere. Can't be doing that. Leon's in the super chat. I'm so done with this team. Former fan from Germany, but we do appreciate getting euros donated to the show. Solid Duck. I hate it. I'm going to miss me first. Micah. Johnny's here, just throwing 199 at us. What's the point of acquiring? This is Mike. 2 first-round picks when you draft a generational talent and trade them away. Don't know. Ryan, what does this do to the cap? You've never had cap problems. You have a butt ton of cap space. You should have been signing another Micah Parsons in addition to signing Micah Parsons while signing Tyler Smith. But Jerry's going to sell you the idea that there's only so much pie while he puts it all in his pocket. Greg Starr is in the super chat. My brother-in-law stopped watching last year. I think I'm on the same path. Jerry's made the team I grew up watching and loved, the laughingstock of the NFL. CB, if Green Bay goes deep in the playoffs, these are basically second-round picks. Eric Brown, when I said we wouldn't win a Super Bowl because of Jerry Jones, I was told I'm making excuses for Dak. Hope this wakes the fan base up. Lemieux, Jeff, make it make sense. Can't do that. Daniel Escobar, 30. Come on. Is 30 good, Jesse?
Mm-mm.
No. Pop, pop.
Come on, Jesse.
No.
Okay.
No. None of that today.
So my boy KT was right. I told y'all guys, Packers tampering, Jerry mad, trying to hold him accountable down. I would love if Jerry accused them of tampering after he attempted to break the CBA by going around a represented player and negotiating directly with the player. Carlos, fans who put up within this are asinine. Boycott everything. Wake up, except our show. Night 405. Everything is on Will McClay to kill the draft. Yeah, I can't wait till Will McClay gets his own team. And I hope he gets his shine on.
Pretty Ricky was right. He had it first.
Pretty Ricky's always right, Clarence. Corey, sorry if you already addressed this, but this means they re-signed Pickens, right? His agent's David Mulugeta. We'll see. Slippy Flicks. Would Dallas trade both first to get Arch Manning? I love this.
You're going to have the number 1 pick for that. That's not happening.
Roba Rojo. Kenny Clark is the best. Micah is a bum. Jeff is crying like a woman. That's sexist. Holly is the man. Clarence is old. I don't know who the other guy is, but he seems cool. Go Cowboys. It's Schoonmaker season.
All right. I like him.
Those last three words tell me he don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. He said Holly's the man, so he knows something. He knows something.
A woman, he said. Below the heavens, go Ravens now. Pep Facio. I'm not mad at them for trading Micah. Just wish they used the same treatment for Dak. Jeremy thought something stank after BB didn't completely blow up the rumor, and he was ornery this morning. Victor, this is how we get a real QB and keep Pickens. Brother Seamus, there's a reason why I haven't bought my two-year-old son any Cowboys gear. Sick of this crap, man. Jake Cake, Micah Parsons is always pouting, dropping his hands to the side. The way he motivates sounds like whining, and the podcast. Richard, maybe his podcast will get some steady views. The Romo Sapien, Trey Hendrickson for cheaper in 2026? Maybe. I mean, he's going 1 year right now. Michael Cordero, they couldn't find an AFC team to give 2 firsts or a worse team. I mean, the Packers could be like a 9-8 team. They could be an 8-9 team, but I think they're probably better than that. CC Black, another late first-round pick for Amazi or Taco. Captain Creature, Jesse, been telling us about Micah for years, though. I'm going to get through all these, but I know that we have a time frame for TV, so I'm going to tell you that I'm not going anywhere except thanks for stopping by the DLLS Cowboys podcast. There's no screen tear or anything. I'm still here. We're still here. Retrospectro, Ryan Florner, like, what WTF I do? I think he meant it for. He must have tweeted something. Eric, please tell me how Shoddy is supposed to get this team motivated for opening night. I get that they're professionals, but this is demoralizing. Yeah. Ooh, Thursday.
They need Isaiah.
Smoke Philly.
They may need Isaiah land on the active roster.
Clarence, you are the last person on earth that is allowed to say a sentence like that.
I'm just saying.
If I had said a sentence like that today, you would have said, no one cares about Isaiah Land right to my face.
No, we're talking about why they cut Ryan Flournoy.
Oh, okay.
Who do you need on the active roster?
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
I'm talking about who need you put up on the active roster. You're losing defensive end. Maybe you're putting Flournoy, Land or the kid from, if they signed the kid from Baltimore on the active roster.
Brandon is in the super chat. I can't wait to wipe my something with Jerry's something week. Okay, we're going a little far. Rocky, I'm done with the Cowboys. Makes me want to. No, I'm sorry, Jesse. You're wrong. Jerry said he wasn't happy with Micah because he wanted a cheaper price. Had nothing to do with his play. Roman Wolf Gaming. Jeff, what's your mock draft? 5 stages of grief. I don't know these college players yet, guys. I don't know yet. I swear if Mozzie is still on this team. Leon Frank, Jeff, I'd like to thank you. I've been following the Cowboys for 10 years as a fan from Germany. Cowboys media has always been incredibly entertaining because of people like you. I am done. Oh,
no, not with us.
No,
not with us. No, stay here with us.
Hopefully we can pool winnings and buy the team from Jay Hart. Rocky's in here. Let's not watch any more Cowboy games and hit Jerry where it actually hurts. He has paycheck. Jeff, stop the defense. Stop. The defense will be one of the worst in the league. I think so too. I just feel like I've been really, really negative about Jerry and a lot of things lately, and I'm trying to be conscious of that, but he deserves every bit of it. Martin, how many sacks did Micah have in the playoffs? Good team schemed against his rush ability. Not saying he isn't great. Wonder what D-Law thinks. Micah has the highest pass rush win rate in the league every single year. The idea that he's getting – it doesn't matter. Chris, just trade Dak and CD next year too. What's the point? Then we're really going for Arch. William, once again, Jerry's ego makes the team worse. Chris, Micah about to sack Dak 7 times week 4. Sheldon, boy, y'all are here today. Thank you. Y'all here today. Sheldon, I'm a Dak fan, but if you aren't going to pay Micah, then you should not have signed Dak, or at least not given him a no trade clause. We're stuck on the 8-8 or 9-7 treadmill again. There's an extra game now, so it's 8-9, 9-8. But you're probably right. Gimli's in the super chat to all the Cowboy fans who are happy. I genuinely hope Jerry and his son run the team forever. Y'all deserve it. Worst part is Dak, CD, and Pickens will make us too competitive to tank for Arch. I like that we've talked everybody into Arch, kept being in the draft this year. I like that. Michael, Jerry will try to push the HW trade agenda and bring up taking risks, handcuffing his head coach for 6 straight seasons. Jerry loves to tell you about the risks he took from 1989 to 1993. He's the most risk-averse owner in sports now. Taylor is in the super chat. All hail YouTube. Jerry thinks this is Herschel Walker. This really San Fran trading Charles Haley. Yes. When Jerry tells you that it's Herschel Walker, just know it's way more when the Cowboys got Charles Haley. That's what just happened. My prediction, Cowboys get sold to a hedge fund from Sanjay. Josh, son was just born. This really messed me up. Well, man, focus on that part, man.
Yeah, focus on the baby boy.
Yeah, don't name him Micah. Name him Kenny Clark.
Or Jerry.
Name him Jerry. How long does it take another non-QB to top $47 million a year from the 27th guru? I bet like 2 years. I had to see who's coming.
Aiden Hutchinson on the way.
Probably 2 years. Greg, Pop, stay home. Ohio State 65, UT 14, guaranteed. Preppy, so I guess Pickens is gone too. Let's trade him ASAP since his agent is David Mulugeta. Unreal move. Ogle, Dak is next. The writing's on the wall. You got to have to wait a year, maybe 2. Trey, how do you think the Cowboys locker room respond? Not well. And that is all the super chats. We did it, boys.
We did it.
We did it, boys. Best of luck to Kenny Clark. I'll need a closing statement from all of you as I eat my little corn on the cob. Closing statements, boys.
Jeff, I look forward to my bad, Clarence. Jeff, I look forward to your mock drafts next year of 3 pass rushers in the first round.
Can't wait. Gonna get them all. Anybody else?
I feel bad for Cowboy fans, Dallas fans. You lose Luka, you lose Micah in the same year. Cowboy fans are not happy. It's funny, you can see people on social media get rid of that guy, but there are a lot of guys who are not happy. A lot of fans who are not happy with the front office, with what happens. It's bittersweet because I'm leaving town tomorrow and I want to be in that locker room tomorrow. Ali, you up, baby?
Yep.
Second greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys. He'll be on it. He'll be on it. Jesse, tell us how good we're going to win.
I'm going to have fun with this. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, it is what it is. Like, I've told the fans and I've told you guys this time and time again before. You're a victim. But you keep showing up for this victimization every single year. And he's showing you every single year that doesn't really care about what you think. So let's have fun with it. I'm going into this thing having fun. I'm still high on CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott and George Pickens tapping that thing 2 times, patting that thing 2 times, and letting it fly. That's what I'm going into every week. That's all I care about. I'm going in to see. I'm like, can CeeDee get 200 yards this week? Can Dak throw for 450 this week? That's all I care about. Like that, I've found my joy. Yeah. And I'm praying and hoping that they both stay healthy, because other than that, this thing, man, they're not trying to win. They
At
ain't
this
been trying
point,
to win.
Jesse, as they say, best defense is a better offense.
That's right,
Listen,
baby.
I'll tell you one thing: the power of the pen. Micah back won't hurt tomorrow.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't have that pen. You have that pen. That ink will be able to move forward. They go up. You just
he got extra 4 days. They don't play this Sunday. They don't have to play on Thursday.
Yeah, that back will be unlocked. The power of the pen will unlock that back.
Thank you to all of you guys out there for hanging out with us. It's a big day. It's a big day, big breaking news. We're always going to be here when there's big breaking news with the Emergency Pod. Make sure you sign up to be a diehard. $36 football club special, limited time. Get up in there. We need you. AllDLLS.com or that QR code at the bottom of the screen. We'll see you tomorrow when we get to work. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. So, Jeff, be nicer to Jerry Jones no matter how dumb every decision he makes is. I forgot where I was in the thing that I say, but we love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingencies.
We all silly like the